Who?
The baby rumors?
Who is that?
You.
Oh, my personal life?
Yeah.
I told you about.
No one saw this moment coming. Reporters asked NFL star Stefon Diggs if he had anything to say about the bombshell news that he and Cardi B are expecting their first child together. And while the internet expected a heartfelt response, what they got instead was cold, short, and shocking. Stefon shut it down instantly, refusing to share his feelings about the pregnancy. But just before the cameras turned away, he playfully said one line that left everyone buzzing. "I heard about that." Fans couldn't believe it. Was this his way of dodging? Or is Stefon quietly protecting Cardi in a way the world doesn't understand? Stick around, because we're going to break down every angle of this story. And wait and watch the clip to see what's really going on. But first, hit that subscribe button because this is just the beginning.
Who?
The baby rumors?
Who is that?
You.
Oh, my personal life?
Yeah.
I told you about that. We won't talk too much about my personal life, but I heard about it.
Any celebrations that we'll see in the...
We'll see.
Now here's where things get interesting. Cardi B's viral revelation on Wednesday turned social media upside down. She revealed that she is expecting her fourth child, but this time it's her first with Stefon Diggs. The announcement wasn't just casual, it was explosive. Cardi's fans lit up Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, congratulating her on finding new love and a fresh start. But when reporters went to Stefon for a reaction, his flat response had the internet divided. Was this a man who didn't care? Or was this a man refusing to let outsiders dictate how he shows love? Fans demanded answers, and we've got to talk about it. When Stefon said, "I heard about that," it almost felt like a troll moment. But others think this was calculated. You see, NFL players know the media game. Every word can be twisted. Every quote can become a headline. Some insiders suggest Stefon is refusing to give tabloids ammunition to spin his words. Instead of pouring his heart out for reporters, maybe he's saving those emotions for Cardi herself. And that, some argue, might be the most respectful move of all. Still, the question remains. Why is Cardi B doing all the revealing while Stefon stays silent? Fans are quick to point out that Cardi has always been outspoken. She's raw, she's unfiltered, and she shares her truth with no hesitation. Stefon, on the other hand, is quiet, calculated, and famously protective of his private life. Together, they're opposites. But sometimes, opposites create the strongest bonds. Is that what's happening here? Or is this silence a red flag? Let's talk about the fans, because the internet is split right down the middle. On one side, you have those saying, if Stefon really loved Cardi, he'd shout it from the rooftops. They see his silence as embarrassment, even shame, suggesting he doesn't want the world to know about Cardi carrying his child. But on the other side, fans argue the exact opposite. They say Stefon's silence is his way of protecting Cardi and their baby from unnecessary drama. After all, Cardi's life has always been public chaos. Maybe Stefon is trying to keep at least one part of their life sacred. The truth is, Stefon Diggs has always been hard to read. He's charismatic on the field, yes. He's loved by fans, yes. But when it comes to his personal life, he's a master at keeping things private. And maybe, just maybe, that's what drew Cardi to him in the first place. After her very public relationship and divorce with Offset, maybe she's craving stability. Maybe she's drawn to Stefon's ability to stay grounded. Could this be why she feels safe enough to start a family with him? But let's not forget, this is Cardi B. She doesn't do anything halfway. When she announced this pregnancy, she did it with full confidence, looking radiant, happy, and unstoppable. And while Stefon might not be shouting from the rooftops, we've already seen him standing by her side quietly, attending private events and supporting her behind the scenes. Fans may not see it, but those closest to the couple say Stefon's love is low-key, but real. And yet, here's the cliffhanger. Stefon's silence could still backfire. Public image matters, especially when you're linked with one of the biggest rap stars in the world. If fans feel like he's not proud enough, the backlash will only grow. And when backlash grows, so does tension. Will Stefon eventually speak up to silence the critics? Or will Cardi continue to be the loud voice for their relationship while he stays in the shadows? This story is just heating up. And the deeper we go, the messier it gets. Because the truth is, when it comes to love, silence can be both powerful and dangerous. So, what's next for Cardi and Stefon? Don't move, because the second batch is going to dig deeper into the hidden reasons why Stefon refuses to talk, and the explosive fan reactions that might just force him to break his silence. The internet is buzzing louder than ever, and the theories just keep rolling in. After Stefon Diggs' short response, "I heard about that?" fans split into camps, each one convinced they've cracked the code behind his silence. Some say he's being cold, others swear he's being strategic. But here's where the drama gets juicier. Insiders are starting to speak, and what they're saying might just change the narrative entirely. According to one source close to the couple, Stefon has made it clear, this is Cardi's moment. He doesn't want to steal the spotlight from her. Think about it. Cardi B's entire career has been about owning her voice, controlling her narrative, and standing tall in the chaos. So maybe, just maybe, Stefon is stepping back, letting her shine, and giving her the room to tell the world in her own words. That's not silence out of shame. That's silence out of respect. And if that's true, then the internet may have gotten him all wrong. Still, the media isn't buying it. Headlines are swirling, painting Stefon as detached, uninterested, even embarrassed. Some reporters are already labeling this as trouble in paradise, suggesting Cardi may be more invested than Stefon is. These narratives spread fast and they stick. That's why silence can be dangerous. It leaves too much room for interpretation. And once the tabloids get a hold of it, it's almost impossible to rewrite the story. But here's where the fans step in. And oh, they have plenty to say. One fan on Twitter wrote, "If my man ever responded like that when asked about me carrying his child, he wouldn't be my man anymore." Harsh, right? Another fan defended Stefon, saying, "He's protecting his queen. He doesn't owe y'all his feelings. Let them live." This split in fan reactions has created a firestorm across social media, with arguments raging in the comment sections of every Cardi and Stefon post. And trust me, the noise isn't dying down anytime soon. And let's not forget the role of Cardi herself. She's not one to hold back, and she's always been fiercely protective of her family. In past interviews, she's made it clear that she won't let anyone control her narrative. Not the press, not her exes, not even her fans. So if she hasn't spoken up to defend Stefon's silence, maybe that's all the proof we need that she's okay with it. Could this be Cardi's way of showing that their bond is stronger than public opinion? But there's another twist. Insiders claim that Stefon is testing the waters to see how the public reacts before making any big statements. Some say he's waiting until the couple is ready to release a joint statement, maybe even a staged photo shoot or exclusive interview. If that's true, then his short response to reporters wasn't a dismissal, it was a setup. He could be letting the world spin in confusion, only to come back later with a carefully planned reveal that flips the narrative upside down. And let's not forget, Stefon isn't just any guy. He's an NFL star with his own reputation to protect. Athletes live under a microscope just like celebrities, and his career is at its peak. Mixing sports headlines with celebrity drama can be tricky. Maybe he's intentionally separating his football life from his personal life. If that's the case, then his silence isn't about Cardi. It's about protecting his brand. But then the question becomes, how long can he keep the two worlds apart before they collide? Here's another angle that fans can't stop discussing. Cardi B's ex, Offset. The internet is waiting for his reaction, watching closely to see if he'll throw shade or stay silent. Offset and Cardi's relationship was messy, public, and full of drama. So now, every move Stefon makes is being compared to Offset. If Stefon seems too cold, fans say, Offset would have been louder. If he's too public, fans will scream, he's just like Offset. No matter what he does, Stefon is being measured against Cardi's past, and that's a tough position for any man to be in. But here's the thing. Cardi B doesn't seem fazed at all. She looks happier than ever, glowing, excited, and focused on her family. Maybe she knows something we don't. Maybe she knows that behind the cameras, Stefon is giving her all the love and support she needs. The world may never see it, but Cardi feels it. And that might be why she's so calm amid the storm. So where does that leave us? Right now, we're watching a love story play out in real time, and it's messy, complicated, and unpredictable. Stefon's silence could either strengthen their bond or unravel it under public pressure. Fans are on edge, the media is circling, and Cardi is smiling through it all. But make no mistake, this story isn't slowing down. In fact, it's just about to hit its boiling point. Cardi B has always been more than just a rapper. She's a cultural force. Every word she says, every move she makes becomes a headline. And this time, her revelation about baby number 4 sent shockwaves not only through the music world, but across sports, pop culture, and social media. Yet while the world debates Stefon Diggs' silence, many forget to ask, what about Cardi? How is she navigating the storm she set off with just one announcement? Because let's be honest, Cardi isn't new to controversy. From the moment she rose from the Bronx to rap superstardom, she's had critics watching her every move, waiting for her to slip. But one thing has remained consistent: her ability to flip the narrative, to take control, and to turn negativity into power. So when she announced her pregnancy with Stefon, she knew exactly what she was doing. This wasn't an accident. It wasn't a careless reveal. It was a calculated decision that shook the world on her terms. Still, fans can't help but wonder, is Cardi hiding a deeper story? Behind her bright smile and glowing photos, is she quietly worried about Stefon's muted reaction? Some believe Cardi is brushing it off, confident in her relationship. Others fear she's masking the pain, pretending it doesn't bother her while the whispers grow louder every day. This is where the drama deepens, because with Cardi B, emotions always run high, and her fans are fiercely protective. Take one look at Twitter and you'll see it. Some fans are already dragging Stefon, saying things like, Cardi deserves a man who screams his love for her from the rooftops. Another fan wrote, she gave him the biggest blessing and he can't even give her a full sentence? These aren't just random comments. They're part of a growing movement of fans demanding more from Stefon. And when Cardi's fan base, the Bardi Gang, rallies behind her, it's no joke. Their voices echo louder than the tabloids, and they're shaping the narrative as much as any reporter. But then there's another group of fans, just as passionate, who say Cardi doesn't need anyone to speak for her. They argue that Cardi has always carried herself like a queen, never relying on a man's words to validate her worth. These fans point to her success, her independence, her resilience. Cardi doesn't need Stefon to shout it out, one fan posted. She is her own headline. And that's where the story takes a fascinating turn, because the divide isn't just about Stefon's silence. It's about what kind of love story fans believe Cardi deserves. Now let's talk about the shadow hanging over all of this: Offset. Cardi's ex-husband and father of her children has been an unavoidable part of her public life for years, and every new chapter in her story is inevitably compared to her past with him. Some fans argue that Stefon's calm, reserved approach is a breath of fresh air after Offset's chaotic and often public antics. Others worry that Stefon's quietness is a red flag, a sign he's not as invested as Offset once appeared to be. It's an unfair comparison, but it's one Cardi can't escape. And here's the emotional cliffhanger. What does Cardi really want this time around? Does she want a partner who shouts his love on stage or one who stays grounded behind the scenes? Does she want another public romance filled with drama, or something private, protected, and far away from the noise? These are questions fans are asking, but only Cardi knows the answers. And if history has shown us anything, she won't let anyone else define her happiness. Yet, even with all this speculation, one thing is undeniable. Cardi looks radiant. Her confidence is unshaken. And maybe, just maybe, that's her message to the world. She doesn't need to defend Stefon's silence. She doesn't need to feed the headlines. She's choosing joy, peace, and family over drama. That choice alone says more about her growth than any interview ever could. But let's not forget, this is Cardi B we're talking about. She's unpredictable. And just when you think you know how the story ends, she drops another bombshell. Could she be holding back, waiting for the perfect moment to set the record straight? Will she clap back at the critics, or will she continue letting her silence speak louder than words? What we do know is this: the world is watching closely. Every post, every interview, every appearance is being dissected. Cardi's next move could either silence the doubters or ignite an even bigger firestorm. And as always, she's in the driver's seat, steering the narrative exactly where she wants it to go. Now let's shift gears and talk about Stefon Diggs, the man at the center of this whirlwind. While Cardi B shines in the spotlight, Stefon has built his career in a very different arena, the NFL. He's one of the league's most electrifying wide receivers, known for his athleticism, confidence, and yes, his passion on the field. But here's the twist. Off the field, Stefon has always been more reserved. Reporters know this, fans know this. And now the world is seeing it firsthand as he stays tight-lipped about Cardi's pregnancy. When reporters asked him if he had any baby news to share, the entire room leaned in. Everyone wanted a soundbite, a headline, something that could match Cardi's viral revelation. But instead of gushing or making a grand statement, Stefon brushed it off with a playful, "I heard about that?" That's it. That one line became the most talked about quote of the week. And here's where it gets interesting. Some say that wasn't a dismissal at all. Some believe it was a clever way of avoiding giving the media control of his narrative. Because Stefon isn't new to pressure. He knows that one wrong word in a press conference can spark endless speculation. In the NFL, players are trained to guard their personal lives closely, especially when it involves something as sensitive as family. Stefon may not be hiding his excitement, he may simply be protecting it. After all, why give the public access to something sacred when he can keep it safe between him and Cardi? Still, that doesn't stop the chatter. Some fans insist his silence shows hesitation, even embarrassment. Why can't he just say, "Yes, I'm proud to be a father with Cardi"? One commenter asked on Instagram. Others argue it's not embarrassment at all, it's loyalty. One fan tweeted, "That's how you protect your woman. Keep the business private, let the love show behind closed doors." The debate has become bigger than Stefon himself. It's turned into a cultural conversation about masculinity, privacy, and love in the spotlight. But here's another angle people are overlooking. Stefon is in the middle of a critical moment in his career. His performances on the field are constantly under a microscope. Every touchdown, every missed play, every headline can shift how the media frames him. To him, mixing family news with football interviews may feel out of place. It's not about Cardi. It's about boundaries. He may simply want his career and his personal life to remain two separate worlds. And in a way, that could be a sign of maturity, not distance. Now let's add another layer. Remember, this isn't just about a baby. This is about Cardi B. Being in a relationship with one of the most outspoken, globally recognized women in music means every word you say carries extra weight. If Stefon opens up too much, the tabloids twist it. If he says too little, the fans complain. It's a no-win situation, and maybe he knows it. Maybe that's why he'd rather keep it short, playful, and safe. Because silence, in his mind, may be the only way to keep the peace. Yet, we can't ignore the body language. During that press conference, reporters noted the smirk on his face when the baby question came up. His tone wasn't cold. It was playful. Almost like he was in on a secret the rest of the world wasn't ready for. Could it be that Stefon is simply saving his words for a bigger moment? Maybe a planned announcement with Cardi where they tell their story together instead of letting it be pieced apart by the media. If that's the case, then his silence isn't rejection. It's strategy. Still, strategy or not, fans want answers. And the longer he stays quiet, the louder the noise gets. Social media thrives on speculation. And every day that Stefon doesn't speak up, new narratives form. Some paint him as detached, others as deeply protective. Some say this is a love story unfolding in private, while others fear it's a ticking time bomb waiting to explode. The truth? It could be a mix of both. But here's the question that lingers. How long can Stefon keep this balance? The NFL season is long, the press conferences are constant, and Cardi's pregnancy won't stay a secret behind the scenes forever. At some point, he'll have to choose. Continue guarding his words, or open up and own the moment. And whichever path he takes will not only define his relationship in the public eye, but also cement how fans see him as a man standing beside Cardi B. Now, as we wrap up this saga, let's look at the bigger picture: the fans' reactions, the cultural implications, and the future of Cardi B and Stefon Diggs as a couple. Social media has been buzzing non-stop since Cardi's announcement. Fans are divided, yet passionately engaged. Some are ecstatic, celebrating the news of a fourth child for Cardi B. One fan tweeted, "Go for it, Cardi. You are a queen." Another added, "Stefon better step up and show love, but it's cute he's protective." The internet has become a living, breathing courtroom, analyzing every move, word, and glance. It's interesting to see how Stefon's silence plays into this. While some fans question his pride, many applaud his discretion. They argue that in today's world, where every word can become a headline, he's showing maturity and respect for his relationship with Cardi. Protecting privacy has become a form of loyalty. Fans are starting to see that his reserved nature might not be indifference at all, but a careful choice to shield something sacred from unnecessary scrutiny. Meanwhile, Cardi continues to dominate the spotlight. Her energy, transparency, and charisma remain unmatched. She's managing her career, her family, and this very public pregnancy with Stefon, all while keeping the narrative in her hands. Fans admire her for not letting anyone else control the story. She posts updates, shares her emotions, and allows the public to witness her life, but only on her terms. That's a powerful statement about personal agency in a world obsessed with gossip. And let's not forget the cultural significance. Cardi B is one of the most influential female rappers in history. Her life choices, relationships, and family decisions are dissected and celebrated in equal measure. Stefon, a professional athlete, is now part of this dynamic. Together, they're a couple that represents a fusion of sports and music fame. How they navigate their family's growth under such scrutiny will set a precedent for other celebrity couples, showing how to balance love, career, and public pressure. Of course, speculation about the future continues. How will Stefon handle fatherhood in the public eye? Will he eventually speak more openly about the baby, or will he maintain this reserved stance? Fans are watching every press conference, every Instagram post, every comment, searching for a glimpse of emotion or acknowledgement. And with Cardi's vocal, expressive nature, it's only natural that the contrast between her openness and his discretion fuels curiosity even more. Another interesting layer is the impact on their children. Cardi's existing children, along with the future baby with Stefon, will grow up in a household where public attention is inevitable. Fans are already noting how Cardi's parenting style is visible through her social media posts, always protective, playful, and involved. The addition of Stefon, who values privacy, may create a balanced environment, shielding the children from excessive media intrusion while still celebrating milestones in their lives. Then there's the ongoing fan debate. Is Stefon proud but private, or just indifferent? While some critics claim he's disengaged, the majority seem to agree he's protective. Many fans argue that his playful response, "I heard about that," speaks volumes. It's subtle, controlled, and shows a willingness to respect Cardi's narrative. Social media continues to interpret, speculate, and discuss, but the truth remains known only to the couple themselves. Looking ahead, this story isn't just about a pregnancy, it's about strategy, privacy, and navigating fame. Cardi B has mastered controlling her narrative, Stefon is learning how to protect his, and together they're shaping a family under a microscope. The media frenzy, the fan debates, and the public curiosity all highlight the pressures celebrity couples face. Yet, it's also a reminder that love and family can endure even amidst chaos if boundaries are respected. So, what's the takeaway? Cardi B and Stefon Diggs are at a crossroads of love, fame, and family. Fans are invested, media outlets are analyzing every detail, and social media is exploding with commentary. Through it all, one thing remains clear. This couple is navigating a world where every announcement, every silence, and every gesture carries weight. And in the midst of it all, they are building a family on their own terms. Stay tuned, because as Cardi B's pregnancy progresses and Stefon continues to protect his privacy, this story will evolve. Fans will continue to debate, media will continue to report, and Cardi B will continue to shine, reminding everyone why she remains one of the most influential voices in music and culture today.